ball first as New England won the toss. We'll let Christian and the folks in Kansas City take us to kickoff. Wolford of the Patriots defense set to get on the field. Alex Smith of the Chiefs get the ball first. As the 2-1 Patriots meet the 1-2 Chiefs here tonight in KC. Even Gostowski to kick it up, and off we go from Arrowhead. Niall Davis gonna bring it out from 8 deep. And Davis hit at the 15, won't go much farther than that. Will be tackled officially the 17. Nate Ebner made the stop for New England. So here comes the former #1 overall pick, Alex Smith, that long run in San Francisco, year 2 here in Kansas City. And John, no ball traveled more than 8 yards, a short passing game in those stats with the win last week at Miami.
Chiefs have really struggled with pass protection. They welcome the return of Jamal Charles, their great halfback number 25. Look for Andy Reid to feature Charles early.
First drive from 17, first carry Charles, loss of a yard. Chandler Jones, the outstanding defender for the Patriots on the stop. Talk about offensive line woes for New England. Same true for Kansas City. Rodney Hudson is the only person in the same spot from last year to this. The guys who will handle the ball and try to make the yards. Avery and Bo, the receivers. Fasano and Travis Kelce, keep an eye on him. And when Charles needs a break, Niall Davis, who had 132 yards a week ago. Carry 2, Charles. Gain of maybe 2. Vince Wilfork was trailing over and made the stop on Charles. John, 3rd all-time in Chiefs history in terms of rushing yards, but that just carried 10 and 11 for a man who had a great season last season.
He's a rarity. He has rarely come off the field in his career. He plays first down, second down, third down. You see Andy Reid going to another back now, but they need their workhorse to deliver in the worst way.
That other back is Cyrus Gray, the man at Texas A&M, on 3rd and 9. Patriots rush 5, they're all blocked, and the pass is complete to Dwayne Bowe for the first down, just shy of the 30-yard line.
Well, they go right after Darrelle Revis on 3rd and long. Kansas City's best receiver is Dwayne Bowe, going against the shutdown corner of the Patriots, and Bowe wins in transition. Good pass protection from this Chief offensive line. Big first down.
29, it is Charles again. This time the edge is set, and Jamal Charles with a dozen first down yards until Devin McCourty, the safety, tackles him.
I just like watching him run. We're just going to let it rip. Watch the speed that Charles has. They start to the right, they give it back to the left. They try to get the Patriots flowing in one direction, and Charles goes the opposite way, and he still has perimeter home run speed. Good play selection early from the Chiefs. A lot of personnel groupings and formations.
Smith picks this play for 1st and 10. It's Charles to the left, kicking through the hole, and he just tripped up by Logan Ryan, or else he would have had a lot more. We'll tell you about Ryan here as we look at the New England defense. Vince Wilfork, who had the Achilles injury this time last year, is back. Chandler Jones, outstanding start in year 3. Linebacker play's been good, especially Mayo and Hightower. Let's just call Logan Ryan. He starts again as Alfonso Dennard is missing a third straight game with a shoulder injury. And Darrelle Revis on that opposite side, already been thrown at by Kansas City. ACL a couple of years ago. Last year in Tampa. This is first year at the Patriots. 2nd and 7. And the pass to Kelce, the tight end. Made a man miss and picked up the first down. And they're in Patriots territory at the 46-yard line.
Last week, Andy Reid hopped in this trade personnel, 3 tight ends, 1 back and 1 receiver, and they ran the ball every time. This time they run a bootleg, and Travis Kelce in the open field continues to make people miss. That time he got McCourty. This is an emerging receiving tight end, Mike, and Kelce does a lot of his damage after the catch.
Played just 1 game last year, the 3 this year, but a great part of this expanding Kansas City offense. Niles Davis is now the back. They're 5 in the pattern, but nobody open, and Smith is sacked by Chandler Jones. That's 3 for the first-round pick out of Syracuse.
Chandler Jones is a pass rushing force. He's going to come off the left side, working against Eric Fisher, the second-year left tackle. He uses those long arms to his advantage. Could have been a hands to the face call against Fisher, but Chandler Jones continues to make big plays for this Patriot defense.
6 sacks as a rookie, 11 and a half in that breakthrough season last year, and now 3 in the first 3 games plus this year. Loss of 8, so it's 2nd and 18. Smith goes for his second option, just too tall as Kelce got away from the New England linebackers. Incomplete.
That's a throw Alex Smith has to make. To win tonight, they're going to have to make the routine plays. That time, Kelce wide open on a corner route. Smith was well protected. He just missed him. Watch Kelce running a corner route, left side of the screen. He's wide open between the corner and the safety, and Smith just missed him. Got to be real careful in these long yardage situations. This Patriot defense has really revved up their pass rush in these long yardage situations, and this is not what the Chiefs do well.
A.J. Jenkins, the receiver in the game. The pass bring 4. Nobody open, so Smith takes off. Got a long way to go as he slides at the 45. That's 9 short of the first down. And Kansas City will punt it away. You're expecting a lower scoring or at least tight game, so these 4th down punts could be a very big part of the story tonight.
I think so, Mike. Field position going to be big tonight, and Dustin Colquitt has been on fire lately, downing the ball inside the 10-yard line. I'd expect him to deliver here for Kansas City.
Pro Bowl punter from 2 years ago. Julian Edelman signaling for the fair catch and making it right at the 10-yard line. So a kick of 36, all net yardage. And when we come back, Tom Brady and the Patriots on the field. ESPN's Monday Night Football, brought to you by T-Mobile. The new series, Live Free or Die, on National Geographic. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. And ESPNFanshop.com, powered by Dick's Sporting Goods. Nothing like the barbecue of Kansas City, and especially tailgating. Arcade's Barbecue Shack, helping to bring some good folks, some great feed. Part of the atmosphere, that is Arrowhead. Tom Brady and the Patriots will take over at their own 10. They are starting 2 rookies on the offensive line for the first time in 9 years, trying to figure out a way to protect the future Hall of Famer. Shane Vereen is the back. He's got a screen. And Vereen tackled at the 14-yard line by Hussein Abdullah, the starting safety. Tom Brady got win number 150 in his last start. The touchdowns, though, 3. Fewest through the first 3 games in his career. John, it's been so many things contributing to the slow start offensively.
Well, they've got to block better, Mike, and that's why they have 2 rookies starting on the offensive line. Fleming at right guard, Stork at center. They've got to pick up their play around Tom Brady.
A lot of communication. The rookie who has played some at center in the first 3 weeks, getting the start. Gets it to Brady. Sends the shot downfield towards Edelman. No separation. Step for step the coverage from Marcus Cooper. So let's talk about this story. It goes back 9 years since you've seen rookies starting, 2 of them on the offensive line. Stork at center, Cameron Fleming, the 4th-round pick out of Stanford, up front. Meantime, Ridley and Vereen will be the running backs. Ridley runs it, Vereen catches it. Will Gronkowski break out here tonight? Edelman and Amendola. Danny, just 3 catches. That in the first game against the Dolphins. 3rd down. Brady sends 4 in the pattern. The pressure comes. It's incomplete, intended for Brandon LaFell. Sean Smith on the coverage.
Well, they want to get Brandon LaFell involved in this offense. LaFell only with 4 catches and 46 yards. That time, Sean Smith all over him in coverage. And that's the thing the Patriots have not been able to do, Mike. They just can't get off to a good start on offense, and it sets up Kansas City for some good field position.
Ryan Allen punting. Frankie Hammond Jr. going to take this 57-yard punt at the 29. What a play! Tremendous coverage by a special team Pro Bowler, Matthew Slater. Does this often. Big play. One of the things to watch tonight, young offensive line, communication. Tom Brady's going to have a lot to work on in the noise with this group this evening. Well, congratulations to you. They do love their football here in Kansas City for sure. Chiefs taking over their second drive at their own 27. Picked up 3 first downs in the opening drive. Now Smith will get Jamal Charles going to the left. Got a good block from Fisher and gets the first down. Knocks out his own man as he takes it out to the 44-yard line. Good pickup of 17.
Chandler Jones has to be very careful. Got to set the edge. You can't let Jamal Charles get outside or he'll hurt you real bad. That time, Fisher hooked him. And Jamal Charles, his second big run of the night. Excellent work by Eric Fisher. You see that athleticism. That's why he was picked #1 overall last year, Mike.
Out of Central Michigan coach. He played right tackle last year, over at left tackle here in his second year. Time for Alex Smith, and a completion into Patriots territory. It's the second one for Dwayne Bowe.
Good pass protection. They tried to get Donnie Avery on a double move. It wasn't there, and Alex had time to reset and find Dwayne Bowe for his second catch of the night. Dwayne Bowe been awful quiet, Mike, and you see once again Eric Fisher holding his own against Chandler Jones. That's the premier matchup of the night in terms of pass protection.
5 first downs in the first 11 plays of Kansas City. Charles this time to the right. Going to get about 3 yards as the block was held by the center Rodney Hudson. Rodney Mayo in on the tackle. John, this is a Patriots defense that you mentioned has a lot more star power, healthy with big names, and those linebackers are really setting a good tone. Mayo and Hightower.
They certainly do, and they've got some young players that are really coming into their own. McCourty, you mentioned Jones and Hightower, and I really think the return of Gerard Mayo makes this defense hard to deal with. Down in, down out.
From the 40, it is Niall Davis picking through to the 35. It'll be 3rd and 2. We got a good block from Anthony Sherman, the fullback. So Davis in his second year out of Arkansas, had a big year as a sophomore at Arkansas, then injured his ankle, missed his junior season. Didn't do much as a senior. Last year, short numbers, but a great performance because of the Jamal Charles injury last week.
Got to credit Andy Reid for adjusting. I thought Marty Schottenheimer was calling plays last week. 32 carries for a Kansas City halfback. That hasn't happened often lately.
It's still Davis on 3rd and 2. Again to the edge. Fisher leading the way. Able to get through the contact and get there. Patrick Chung making contact shy of the first down marker, but the big back at 227 pounds gets the first down.
That's why he's in there. He's a different kind of back. They're going to bring a tight end across and secure the edge and pull Fisher and try to get the ball on the edge. They string it out. It's one-on-one. Patrick Chung against Niall Davis. Davis wins. 199-pound Charles can do a lot of different things, but Niall Davis is a hammer at 227 pounds. He just paid off.
The 32, quickly thrown out to Kelsey. Rivas tried to make the tackle in the open field. It was made by Chung. But Kelsey's still able to gain about 4 yards, maybe 5.
These Kansas City Chiefs hired Brad Childress, the ex-head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. His title is spread game analyst. And they've added a lot of spread offensive zone reads with built-in bubble screens. You just saw it right there, and it's something you're going to see 6 or 7 times tonight.
Smith on 2nd and 6. Crossing again, it is Kelsey. Ran away from Hightower. Has the first down in the red zone at the 19.
Kelsey looks like Rob Gronkowski running around with that number. Coming from right to left. Crossing route. Fasano sets the depth. And Hightower is late, picking up Kelsey coming from the opposite side. And once again, Kelsey showcases his athleticism after the catch.
3rd-round pick last year. Kelsey was injured, only played 1 game, had a knee injury, ended up going on injured reserve. It's just his 5th game in the league, but what an impact he's making here in KC. Play action, first down. Smith looking towards the end zone. Broken up, intended for Frankie Hammond. And a terrific job by the former corner, now safety, McCourty.
Boy, I'll say, McCourty was a Pro Bowl corner as a rookie. Had 7 interceptions. They moved him to the free safety position. And you can just see the lateral range and ball skills that he possesses. That was a great break on the ball by Devin McCourty. And on 2nd down, screens and draws, a big part of Andy Reid's history.
A.J. Jenkins lines up next to Smith. The receiver releases as Smith looking to take off will just gain a yard as he is tracked down by Chandler Jones. 3rd down coming up, John. We talked with Bill Belichick last night about 3rd and long, 37 or more, both on offense and defense. Huge downs in these games where your pass protection hasn't been great this year.
No question. He wants to get after Alex Smith, and his big concern is the scrambling of Alex Smith. If they do come after him, they've got to contain him because Smith ran for over 400 yards last year. That's the #1 concern, containing Smith.
Kelsey, the tight end, is at the top of the screen. Charles empties out of the backfield. Smith slanting, caught by Bo. 1st and goal at the 3. The big body of the former 1st rounder, Dwayne Bowe. Good opening quarter.
I've been waiting to see Dwayne Bowe come back to life. Once again, it's Darrelle Revis in tight coverage. Bowe uses his long arms to snatch it in a crowd. Boy, you love big targets on slant patterns from the slot.
This drive taking up a lot of time. Patriots have run only 3 plays with 2.5 left in the 1st quarter. It is Charles towards the end zone. No signal yet.
Yes.
He's in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
What a drive by Kansas City. Jamal Charles went to Andy Reid last week and he said, hey, I'm the only back on this football team without a touchdown. Niall Davis, Cyrus Gray, Joe McKnight had scored. Nice cutback design running, and what a finish by Jamal Charles at pay dirt. You do not expect a 199-pound back to run with that type of authority in short yardage and goal line situations. That's why he rang up 19 touchdowns last year with that kind of effort.
See, as he was extending the ball, Patrick Chung tried to pull it away from him and could not. Brazilian-born place kicker, the rookie Cairo Santos. Did we have movement up front? John Perry.
Ball start, offense, number 61, 5-yard penalty.
Rodney Hudson, the center, who slides over in these kicking situations as the long snapper Thomas Gafford comes in.
I think Santos is going to be an interesting story, Mike, as this night unfolds. The rookie kicker's got a lot to prove, succeeding Ryan Suckup.
The Sao Paulo, Brazil native knocks through the extra point. Kansas City's run 20 plays. They're averaging 5.5 per. Jamal Charles in the end zone for the first time this year. 7-0, Kansas City. Put a million things on your to-do list when you play against the Patriots and Tom Brady. One is long drives to keep it out of the hands of Brady and the Patriots offense, and the Chiefs have done that in this opening quarter. Nearly 6 minutes and 6 first downs on that opening drive. And John, Andy Reid, out of your school, the West Coast Offense School, first 15 scripted plays are so important. Great variety in the first 15 tonight for KC.
Yeah, you have to have your media guide with you when they watch the Chiefs play offense. They will use every available man they have, and they'll use them early in the game too.
Carlos Santos with the kick, a deep kick, and that was a bit of a question in his first game. Limited touchbacks, but a good one there. So Brady back on the field, trying to get to that magic 50,000 number, but also trying to get win 3 on the season here tonight. Back in this great scene in Kansas City as Tom Brady and the Patriots down 7-0 get their second possession. This one starting at the 20, the last one began at the 10. And they'll run Vereen inside. And they'll sneak through for a couple of yards. You saw Dan Connolly pull and try to get a block for him. Well, John, who else will catch the ball? Tom Brady developing trust in the other guys. When you look at the receiving yards this year, 260, no touchdowns for everybody else. Meantime, Julian Edelman and Rob Gronkowski, the veterans, the magic trust of Brady belongs with those men. They get the lion's share of the ball. Other people must step up here.
You earn his trust on the practice field, and clearly some of these young receivers haven't done it.
And Kenbrell Tompkins and Aaron Dobson inactive here tonight. Brady slant caught for the first down, the 30-yard line. That's one of the players who Tom told us last night is developing that trust in. Brandon LaFell, who came over from Carolina.
He likes LaFell. He's a pro. He's worked extremely hard to master this Patriot offense. That time, a bang-bang play-action pass, and LaFell gets the first down for New England, and it's critical they get some positive plays and gain some confidence from this offense.
See if they run with Ridley on first down. Here comes Steven. And he'll gain about 6 yards. Try to gallop out of the tackle. Josh Palga and Justin Houston, the linebackers, in this 3-4 for KC.
But you go back to Tom Brady, Mike. They've lost their offensive line coach, Dante Scarnecchia. He lost his best offensive lineman, Logan Mankins. They lost their center. They're playing a rookie tonight. He hurt his calf before the season opener, and Rob Gronkowski's not all the way back yet. This is a work in progress against a tough defense.
It'll be Vereen this time with a handoff. Houston is there, and Justin Houston brings him down as we spin to the end of the quarter.
That's how you draw up an outside linebacker defensive end physically. Justin Houston, great job holding the edge and wrapping up Vereen for nothing. Last year of his contract, he's going to be a rich man a year from now, Mike.
3rd and 4, and it will be to start the second. After 1 in the noise in Kansas City, 7-0 Chiefs on Monday Night Football.
ESPN celebrating 45 years of Monday Night Football.
Mike Tirico, John Gruden, Lisa Salters back in Kansas City, a 7-0 lead, and all the stats in favor of the Chiefs. 9 first downs on their 20 plays. They had the ball twice. This is the second possession for Tom Brady and the Patriots, and the quarter begins with 3rd and 4.
Don't be surprised if New England doesn't try to run the ball against this 6 defensive back dime package of the Chiefs.
That means the pass rushers are in there, including the first-round pick, Dee Ford. They bring pressure as Brady gets rid of it quick, and it's LaFell for the first down right to midfield. Gain of 14 for Brandon.
Well, LaFell just sits down quickly. Ball's thrown accurately. Good north and south turn by Brandon LaFell. The blitz was on. Tom Brady read his hot receiver. That's a heads-up play by Brandon LaFell, breaking his route off.
Brady hinted at it last night. Go to LaFell a bit more. He's got 2 catches on this drive, and now 7 rushing yards for Vereen on first down. Against this Kansas City defense. Talk about the Chiefs up front. Terry Poe, very, very good on the nose with Jay Howard and Alan Bailey. Malga in the middle, and James Michael Johnson. Because of injuries, they've been thrust into starting roles. Eric Berry's out again. He's missed the last couple of games because of an ankle injury. So Ron Parker of Newberry College is playing. Very outstanding safety. A big absence in this Kansas City defense tonight. 3 receivers right. Gronkowski blocking as Vereen catches it. Got away from Malga, but won't go anywhere else as he's taken down by Jay Howard, who got the start.
Kansas City's coming after Tom Brady and playing tight man-to-man coverage. I think Brady likes his matchups on the outside this week. Look for them to get after Marcus Cooper, number 31 of this Chiefs secondary. 3rd down and 2 is a man-to-man down. Gronkowski split wide to the right against Parker, the young safety.
Gronkowski in motion. He turned upfield quick. Vereen not going to get there. Houston with the stop. Malga with the penetration, and it will be 4th down. This is a team that has often gone for it on 4th and short, but the punting unit comes on.
That's Terry Poe. 340-pound nose tackle. Watch number 92, right side of your screen. He gets off a block from Fleming and laterally chases down Vereen and stuffs him for no gain. You don't see many big people with that type of lateral range.
Ryan Allen in to kick it. Try to pin the Chiefs back inside the 10. Fair catch at the 13 by Hammond. 29 yards of net. A couple of drives and just 2 first downs for the Pats. Chiefs lost their opener in Tennessee, then lost at Denver before the victory last week against the Dolphins in South Florida. A 1-2 team after the tremendous turnaround last year. They went from a 2-win team to 11-5, opening 9-0, getting to the wild card, and losing as Indianapolis had that great comeback against Kansas City. On first down, it's a run with Davis. Knile Davis, one man to beat. Davis chased by McCourty, cut back inside and stepped out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Tremendous run of 47 yards.
Bill Belichick and his Patriot defense have not seen that play. Watch Bo. Jenkins over the top. They fake a reverse, and it's a quick handoff to Knile Davis, and he explodes. Look at this ball handling. Quick give to Davis with Jenkins over the top on a reverse. Patriots didn't fit the run correctly, and off went Knile Davis for another big run.
Officially credited for 48 yards. Again, they line up A.J. Jenkins, the receiver. Next to Alex Smith. Tight end Kelsey. Man slip. Kelsey inside the 20. Up the field at the 10. First and goal, Kansas City. And they're picking apart the pass.
These formations are driving the Patriots crazy. That time, a bunch formation. Kelsey just sits down. They clear out the deep zone. Watch number 87, bottom of your screen. He just sits down, faces the quarterback. Perfect throw by Alex Smith. And Tavon Wilson is late in coverage. Kelsey's impressive. He can line up anywhere and mismatch you.
48 yards from Davis, 33 yards from Kelsey. First and goal at the 5. Smith quickly, Jamal Charles, who's in? Yeah. Another Kansas City touchdown. What a quick lightning strike drive.
I can't find who's where. Either can New England. Charles, Davis, Kelsey, and Alex Smith is showcasing his football intellect. What an opening 15 plays by this Chief offense. Split out as a wide receiver. Jamal Charles catches a quick screen, and Donnie Avery's the lead blocker. Number 17, he holds up against Revis. What a kick out by Ryan Harris, the right tackle, and that's the second touchdown for Jamal Charles.
And Carlos Santos makes it 14-0. Very impressive ball distribution. Finishing by Charles. His second touchdown.
Here I come.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by GMC. Enter the Never Say Never sweepstakes for a chance to win a 2015 GMC vehicle at gmc.com/NFL. Navy Federal, serving the armed forces and their families. And NFL.com/now. Watch the biggest library of NFL videos anywhere, free. Back in Kansas City, stunning start for the Chiefs. They've rolled up nearly 200 yards of offense on 23 plays. And John, we mentioned the ball distribution with Alex Smith. It's been stellar in this first half. Hitting the wide receivers and Kelsey, the tight end, with the 4 catches for 56 yards.
Not to mention the usage of Jamal Charles and Niall Davis in the running game. They've gotten everybody involved. It's important right now that New England gets something going on offense. Did not score, but 1 touchdown last week against Oakland. They need to get some offense going quickly.
Santos, another high kick. Good hang time on that. And no chance for the return. Next Monday night, we will be just outside the nation's capital to see Russell Wilson and the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks taking on Washington. Tough 5-day stretch with division games for the Redskins. And Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson, and a pretty good college battle in their Big Ten days. We'll see it Monday night, 8:15 Eastern. Well, they're trying to reset that noise record here in Kansas City. They don't need that artificial finish line to be allowed. They are rocking with their team up 2 scores. Brady quickly, Edelman made a man miss, and Julian Edelman gains about 6 yards. John, what factor does the noise have on a veteran quarterback?
Well, first of all, you've got to get the play from the sideline. You got to get in the huddle and communicate it clearly. Very important you get out of the huddle fast so you can distribute your blocking. And if you have to signal a route to your receivers, you can do it. But you have a rookie center, a rookie right guard, some inexperience at wide receiver. It's going to be a challenge all night. Look at the decibel man. I tell you, he used to drive me crazy back in the day.
2nd and 3. Brady's got a clean pocket, and he's got Edelman again for the first down. Julian over by the 34-yard line.
It's Julian Edelman, just a simple square out. Here's the bright spot in the Patriot offense. Timing square out. Perfect throw by Tom Brady. 6th year, Julian Edelman, over 100 catches last year. He's also a great punt returner. A relentless wide receiver. I don't know where he gets the energy.
With Marine as the back. Brady well protected, firing towards Gronkowski, and he was double covered. There was no space at all there as Ron Parker and Marcus Cooper were running with him. Check that, Tom Holly down there. Excuse me.
Tom Holly. He's a little more than just rush a passer. That time, number 91, 11 sacks last year, gets involved in coverage with Rob Gronkowski. How about that athleticism? 2nd year in Bob Sutton, the defensive coordinator system. All that intelligence pays off. He's played a lot of different schemes over his career, and he's clearly one of the best outside backers in football.
2nd and 10, a shovel to Vereen, and a good job by Connolly holding his block. Allowed Vereen to get within 3 yards of the first down.
I think it's the one area that New England needs to get straightened out is their 3rd down offense, Mike. They have to stay on the field. They have been very inconsistent with their 3rd down offense. This is a manageable situation. Brady has a full cast of options on third down along 3. Let's see what happens.
Amendola comes in motion, give Brady a hint of the defense. And Brady fires complete with a flag down as Amendola has the first down. Ooh, did he push Chris Owens to gain space? I think this is going to go against the Chiefs. Chiefs bench was trying to encourage a call against New England, but Owens with a hold.
Illegal use of hands. Defense, number 20. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
It's a quick outside breaking route. You see Christopher Owens get his hands up around the neck of Amendola. That's a call I have to continue to research, Mike. What is and what isn't. First down, New England.
Their own 46, it is Ridley to the right. Only about 1 yard. John, are you surprised that Bill Belichick makes the changes here tonight and goes with 2 rookies starting on the offensive line on the road here in Kansas City?
I'm not surprised at all. Last year, Bill Belichick had 58 starts from rookies on a team that won 12 games. He did that in 2010. He's going to play the players that he feels like can win this game, and he's not worried about hurting anybody's feelings.
Fleming played a lot as the extra tight end earlier this season. The number 71 in white slides in for a start at guard. Brady over the top pass incomplete, trying to get it again to Edelman.
This is Hussein, excuse me, Mike. This is Hussein Abdullah, out of football after 2011. Comes back as a member of the Kansas City Chiefs. He takes over for Kendrick Lewis, who left for Houston, and he's done everything for the Chiefs. He's played linebacker in their dime package. He's played free safety, strong safety, and enter D Ford, their first-round draft choice pass rusher at the top of the screen. New England better be very careful. This is the pony package of the Chiefs. This is their pass rush group.
Brady throws, crossing LaFell, stopped a couple of yards shy of the first down by Sean Smith.
Bob Sutton, defensive coordinator. The Chief blitzes again. I think New England might go for this, Mike. They change their mind.
Yeah, they did hesitate for a couple of seconds. Brady was looking over, seeing if they were going to. And Bill Belichick said one of the things in the noise that's hard to communicate sometimes, the punt situations. And here they go. They brought the punt unit out. Now they'll come back. Chiefs should just take a timeout and get themselves under control, and they do. Timeout, Kansas City. That's a veteran head coach over there. Belichick tries the wrinkle on one side, and Andy Reid responds quickly. Just take the timeout. Makes the most sense to prepare for 4th and 2. So, John, 2 coaches have been around a bit. Belichick comes up with one wrinkle. Reid responds, quickly gets the timeout, and the punting unit back out there for the pass.
Well, these are 2 of the best coaches you'll find, and a lot of respect for one another. Belichick, obviously a great defensive innovator. Andy Reid on the offensive side of the ball. You'll see more of that for sure.
So Ryan Allen in punt formation, gets it away with Frankie Hammond Jr. back deep to receive. And it goes over the goal line. It'll be a touchback in just 26 yards of net punting. And Tom Brady talking about the noise. You know, the Guinness Book of World Records gets invited to come and see if the noise record can be set. It was here in Kansas City, set in Seattle last year. Kansas City with the opportunity to re-break the record. And at one of their opportunities during one of the timeouts, they broke the record. So Arrowhead wears this crown as the loudest stadium in the world again. And I would imagine the good folks in Seattle will pay some money, invite the Guinness folks back out, and try to reset the record. So
they broke the record in 1998 when I was here for my first game, and Guinness wasn't even here. I guarantee you that. This place can crank out the noise.
Always has been, so many years, before even the Seattle Stadium was an outdoor stadium, one of the loudest in the league. Jamal Charles with the run for nearly about 7 yards to the 27-yard line. You coached in this atmosphere a bunch of times. We talk about it. really a factor?
Yeah, tell me about my first game as a head coach was against the Kansas City Chiefs. We had to block Derek Thomas in this noise. I remember telling Jeff George, well, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. That place got so loud I couldn't hear myself think. Derek Thomas had 5 sacks. He sacked me in a Gatorade cooler on the last play of the game. That was awful, and it was loud, man. Never forgot that night.
One of the all-time greats, Derek Thomas. First down run for Charles, across the 30-yard line there. Jamie Collins with an extra late hit. And some pushing and shoving with the players as they pick themselves off the pile. With Derek Thomas's legendary performances, so many here in the noise in this stadium.
Yeah, I had to fly home 3.5 hours, sit next to Al Davis, explaining why we didn't put 3 people on Derek Thomas. That was a bad night for me, Mike.
What year was this?
That was 1998.
16 years ago. You've aged pretty well, though.
Not bad.
I get that look from you up here in the booth sometimes. Chiefs controlling this game on the offensive side. Pick up the first down with Charles, 2 runs. Now Davis, and Niall Davis continues. There's a flag down here as it gets to the 47-yard line. Vince Wilfork and Ryan Harris exchanging very unpleasant greetings after that gain of 16.
Ryan Harris knocked down Wilfork twice.
Illegal block in the back. Offense, number 87. 10-yard penalty. Will replay. First down.
It's Travis Kelce on Patrick Chung. The easy one to call, but John, the easy part has been the Chiefs in gaining yards. They're gaining 8 per rush here on New England. I'm a bit surprised so far.
What I'm really surprised with is the balance of this Chiefs offense. Andy Reid, well known as a coach that loves to throw the football, but with Niall Davis, the return of Charles, you're seeing a wicked balanced attack.
And a good fullback Sherman leading the way blocking. That time Davis takes it to the 27-yard line, and Charles comes back in.
You know, Vince Wilfork is going to have to play a lot. 31 years old now, Mike. Hurt his Achilles last year after the 4th game. And this Patriot run defense suffered while he was gone, but New England lost a nose tackle last week. So Vince is going to have to play more snaps maybe than they had expected him to play, especially early in the season. Keep an eye on that tonight.
Silver Salinga injured his foot. He's on that injured reserve where you can return. They're not done for the season just yet. Alex Smith looked at Charles, came back across the middle to Junior Hemingway, and the former Michigan Wolverine couldn't hold on. It's 3rd and long.
And here comes the sub package of the Patriots. Number 74, their first-round draft choice. Dominique Easley checks in, the 29th pick in the draft. Had a history of knee problems at Florida, but he has top 10 talent. And they use him in this long yardage situation as a rusher. Very athletic. You get he and Ninkovich, Chandler Jones on the grass together with Hightower. They can create some problems.
Yeah, and Jones is out right now, John. They're checking his shoulder on the side. So not in there to pass rush on 3rd and 13. And Alex Smith has time. It's caught by Bo, breaking back in front of Logan Ryan, but there's no forward progress. And even then, it wouldn't be a first down. And Kansas City will have to punch it away.
And the penalty on Kelce hurt Kansas City on that drive. And again, Mike, Colquitt put on a display for us at practice on Saturday.
Isn't that something? Man.
The former Tennessee Volunteer punts the ball to Edelman, who has been one of the premier punt returners in football.
Left-footed, bunch of hang time, 54 on the kick. Edelman enveloped at the 9 and brought down by Phillip Gaines.
What a weapon Dustin Colquitt is. The ball hangs in the air forever. It allows his coverage team to get there, and down goes Julian Edelman.
Andy Reid had that great run in Philadelphia, and they did get to 1 Super Bowl. It was Super Bowl 39 in Jacksonville. The Patriots and the Eagles tied at 14 into the third. Had scored 10 in the fourth. McNabb bringing the Eagles back, tightening the game up, cutting it to 3 of the minute, 48 left. But Rodney Harrison came up with the deflection, the interception of McNabb, and the Patriots secured their third title in 4 seasons. Great respect between these two men on the job. 15 and 16 consecutive years in the NFL, respectively. The longest tenure in the league without a break. Belichick's team starts from the 9, and Brady with a strike to Gronk. At the 28-yard line, 19 yards for Rob on the catch.
Good pass protection, good timing, and great to see Gronkowski on a wide departure release. He breaks off his outside foot. 19 yards and a first down. Kansas City continues to change personnel defensively to try to match that of New England's.
Time the Patriots make a change in their line. Marcus Cannon in at right tackle, replacing Volner, as Stephen Ridley carries for a gain of about 6 yards. John, most teams, when they get their 5, when I look at snap counts for teams, they play the same 5 linemen every play unless there's an injury. New England not afraid to make a change within a game, even if players are healthy.
Well, Bill Belichick told us last night it's almost like we're still in training camp. We don't practice nearly as much as we used to practice, and it's almost like our final preseason game in terms of reps, and the reps really affect the linemen.
Brady rolling, he's going to get rid of this. It was retreating, saw nothing was open to either Vereen or LaFell, and with Jay Howard making pursuit, quarterback just benched it.
Once again, Mike, 3rd and 3. And here comes the dime package of the Kansas City Chiefs. Peyton Manning ran the ball for Denver against Kansas City a couple weeks ago against this light speed package of the Chiefs. Let's see what Tom Brady does against all these defensive backs on the field.
Throw. Brady steps up. Fired for Edelman, incomplete. It looked like he could have run for the first down, but you know that's never thought one with Tom. He tried to squeeze it to Edelman, and instead, they will punt.
He's going to regret not running. Wasn't very good protection. He steps up, he avoids the rush. Good coverage by Marcus Cooper. Once again, the Chiefs are off the field.
Ryan Allen has struggled with his punting so far tonight. This one bounce in favor of Allen and the Patriots, and will give the Chiefs a long field as it's a touchdown just outside the 10. Patriots under 100 yards in this first half in a 2-touchdown hold. Alex Smith and the Chiefs lead 14-0. There's an athleticism, there's an intelligence. It's a quarterback you can do a lot of things with in Andy Reid's offense.
Yes, he is. He had a 40 on the Wonderlic. Andy Reid told me, he says, we're not going to have a problem with gigabytes. And if they keep him clean on the launching spot right here, he's going to complete a lot of passes. No one near him. They protect him perfectly, and he's able to find his second and third receiver. And it's really been that way throughout the night, with the exception of the one sacked by Chandler Jones. But he can run a lot of different plays and different formations, and you can see all the different things that he can do for Andy Reid in this offense.
And John, that wasn't happening as often in the first 3 games of the Chiefs. Smith was under duress and under pressure. He's been sacked 11 times in the first 3 games. And he's second worst in the league. Jacksonville's quarterbacks were sacked the most. Coming into this week, Chandler Jones back on the field for the Patriots as the Chiefs take over at their own 11. And here's Kelce with a block for Fasano. And Kelce with the first down to the 25-yard line. 3 tight ends out there for the old tight end coach Andy Reid.
That's a running play with a built-in bubble screen, and once again he just counts the box, and if it's loaded he throws the built-in bubble screen to Kelce. That's a decision that Alex Smith makes before the ball is snapped. And when you have a receiver with this type of size and running ability, get him the ball.
And when you have 2 tight ends you can put out there behind him, that's a much more effective bubble screen than with smaller wide receivers.
I agree with you. I'd keep doing it.
We're at the 2-minute warning here at Arrowhead. A couple of minutes away from Chris Berman and the Toyota halftime. There's news on the appeal involving Ray Rice. The guys will have that. Chris Mortensen, Adam Schefter, other insider news. A quarterback change made today up in Buffalo and today on SportsCenter. Recapping everything else that's happened. Chris will be along with the Toyota halftime momentarily. Kansas City 2 timeouts as they operate on first down from their own 25. Niall Davis got the fake, got a block, and gave Smith time, and Bo having a big half. Dwayne Bowe.
These 3 tight end formations continue to cause problems. Play action pass, they get Bowe on the corner route. Look at this touch on this throw. Over Chung, underneath the corner, and Bowe flags it for a big game.
Gained a third of the field, 33 yards, and Bowe has 5 for 81 here tonight. And just about his output for the first 3 games. Part of a Kansas City big hitting offense. 3 plays over 30 yards in this first half. Charles trying to work the edge. Beautiful moves by Jamal Charles. When he is right, he is so good. Gain a 9.
Same play they ran earlier. Alex Smith sprints to his right, hands the ball off to Charles, who cuts it back to his left. Not many open field runners like Jamal Charles. He is electrifying, fun to watch.
This New England defense has played pretty good in the first 3 games. Competition hasn't been strong. They are getting lit up here tonight. Caught on the edge by Donnie Avery inside the 15. And they're in the red zone again. Logan Ryan missed the tackle.
Donnie Avery can run 4.27, and Logan Ryan knows it. He's going to use a run-out technique. Perfect play selection, a hitch route. Hard to defend with that type of technique. Avery makes Logan miss. Kansas City has New England on the ropes.
Minute 8 left. Play clock down at about 12. Alex Smith having a tremendous first half. Niall Davis, the running back. Fake to him. A.J. Jenkins on the edge. He is pulled down by the right shoelace. Jamie Collins with the tackle. Collins so good in that playoff game last year. A second-year linebacker out of Southern Miss.
That's why you need those tight ends on the perimeter as blockers. Sometimes the slight wide receivers can't hold up against these big defenders on the perimeter. That time, Collins with a good pursuit play.
It's one of those situations. You're at the 14-yard line. You have 2 timeouts, but you don't want to give the ball back to Tom Brady. So Kansas City taking their time, and now they're going to take time out. I don't think the communication was as sharp as they would like, but you do play a little bit differently when Brady's on the other side. You never want to give him a chance.
You don't want to give Tom Brady anything before the half. You know you're in field goal range. Andy Reid, Alex Smith have worked extremely hard to improve the Chiefs' red zone. 2 years prior to Reid getting here, they were horrific in the red zone, but they've become a top 10 red zone outfit for many of the reasons that we've seen tonight, Mike. A lot of different receivers.
And John, Alex Smith has the ability. He just needed the consistent coaching. And since Jim Harbaugh got to San Francisco, that's the 2011 mark there, Smith's success rate has turned around. Obviously here continuing with Andy Reid. He belongs with the big guys, with the champion quarterbacks in terms of winning percentage. That term game manager rankles Alex Smith because, as you've seen athletic ability in San Francisco last year here and this year, he's much more than a game manager. He has the ability. Maybe not the rocket arm or the lightning speed, but he's got plenty of both to be a darn good quarterback. 31 seconds left in this first half. Smith again in his Kelsey to the 9-yard line. 24 seconds. Chiefs will get right to the line and run a play here as they have a 3rd down coming up. Down to 15 here. Make too much time go. We need to take a timeout. 10 seconds and now take a timeout. This has not been managed well in this stretch here. They were being patient with the time, but needed to get things safe. If they get a first down inside the 5, they would have had chances to run a few plays. Now they've limited themselves with just 8 seconds left and out of timeouts.
Way too much confusion there, and with 8 seconds left, obviously it has to be a quick throw to the end zone, complete or incomplete. Santos, young field goal kicker, needs an opportunity to extend this lead, but this is going to be a quick throw to the end zone, complete or incomplete. And I'd expect New England to back off here and defend the quick throws.
That number you just saw down at the bottom of the screen, it's eye-opening. 303 first half yards allowed by New England. They've been giving up 273 a game in their first 3 against Miami, Minnesota, and Oakland. Weaker offensive units. 3rd and 5. Smith pumping, got to throw it quick. Now fires end zone, and it is caught with a flag down short of the goal line, so time expires in the half. Now a defensive foul would extend the half by a play, but it wasn't all the way to the end zone for Bo in front of Darrelle Revis. Again, defensive play will give you 1 free play to end the half. Offensive foul, or defensive foul I should say, offensive foul, and the first half would be over, and Kansas City would have clock mismanaged a golden opportunity. We'll also have to take a look to make sure Bo didn't break the plane with forward progress on the catch. I don't believe he did in the live look.
Similar play happened yesterday with the Chicago Bears.
Illegal use of hands to the face, defense number 26. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down. At the end of the play, there was 1 second remaining. Please reset the game clock to 1 second. 0-1 on the game clock, please. The clock will start on the snap.
Oh, now the clock starts at the snap here, so they have to be very ready. That was a hand to the face, but there wasn't a lot of forcible contact there. I don't know if the Chiefs sideline heard that it's on the snap, so they really need to be on this with 1 second. Now they're going to review, so they're going to stop for a minute and review if the ball broke the plane or not. Looked like it didn't as we were looking live. A lot to do here with 1 second left in the half. Field, no touchdown. The visual evidence does not give you any clear indication that the plane was broken. I think this will stay. Here's John Parry.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It was short of the goal line. The 5-yard penalty results in a first down. We'll have 1 more play, 1 second. Clock will start on the snap.
Clock starting on the snap with the 1 second. There's Bo, and you look down the line. That's the deepest forward progress. Again, it's where the tip of the ball is, not the player. And that'll bring into question if that should have been a call. There was a hand up by the helmet, but it was certainly not a forcible hands to the face. It was more of a slide off the helmet. So Chiefs get a couple of breaks here because they mismanaged the end of that situation in trying to get too cute and not give Brady any time. Still in all, chance to take a 17-0 lead to the locker room. The Brazilian-born rookie Carlos Santos. And that ends the first half. That, oh, look out as we have contact with Villano. As Joe was coming through, trying to put pressure on the kicker. Ends the first half that the Patriots gave up over 300 yards in the first half. It's never happened in the Bill Belichick era here in New England. 17-0 Chiefs. Pats get the ball to start the third. Here's Chris. So with the second half from Arrowhead, the Patriots, the only team in the NFL that hasn't scored a touchdown in the second half. Better change that. They're down 17-0 to the Chiefs. Mike Tirico, John Gruden. Lisa Salters on the sideline in a minute. Alex Smith, tremendous first half for Kansas City.
Got to be smart to manage all these formations. I have not seen this array of formations in a first half in a long time. He's thrown it. He's distributed the ball extremely well. Bo, Kelsey, they've run it, and he's done a nice job handling a lot of different formations.
Over 300 yards against New England. Now Tom Brady and the Pats will get the ball back first. Where do they go to find some offense and generate something here?
I think they got to jump in a no-huddle offense. Open it up, get the tempo going, let Tom Brady operate at the line of scrimmage. Frustration is kicking in, but I'd put him in charge, and I'd let him operate in a no-huddle offense. Watch him. The noise The lack of protection, 1 for 5 on 3rd down. They have not moved the ball consistently all season. I think they got to open it up, Mike. Let Brady get into his no-huddle offense. Throw it, spread them, and try to run the ball against this sub-defense of the Chiefs. And if I'm Kansas City on defense, I'm going to cut loose Tamba Hotley and Houston, my 2 outstanding pass rushers.
If you're just joining us, there were offensive line changes coming in. The Patriots started 2 rookies for the first time since 2005 on the offensive front. Cairo Santos' kickoffs have been good tonight. None of them returned. Same true here as Patrick Chung takes a knee. The number that just jumps out at you in the first half. Yards for Kansas City. 35 plays, 303 yards. The most yards that a Bill Belichick Patriots defense has given up in a first half. Completely dominant play, averaging almost 9 yards a play. That's eye-popping stuff.
Eye-popping, and the fact that New England can't stay on the field is another story. Here we go with the open formation. No backs.
From the 20 against the 4-man rush, the Brady pass is caught. The gain is 4 for Edelman. Here's Lisa Salter.
Well, Mike, I asked Bill Belichick about the offense and the defense, and he said the same thing for both. He said, we got to play better. We're not playing well in any area of the game, and that's obvious. But on offense, we know that so far this season for Tom Brady, Julian Edelman has been his go-to target. But what about Rob Gronkowski? Gronkowski told me he's close to throwing 100%. Thought he was going to get a lot of action tonight. So far, just 2 targets and 1 catch.
And one of those targets, Tamba Hotley, was chasing him 30 yards downfield in coverage. Now Holley's pressuring Brady, who fires, and Edelman can't bring it in as Sean Smith came over the top to disrupt the connection.
Lucky that ball was not intercepted. They tried to clear out the deep zone and bring Edelman on a corner route, and Sean Smith dropped his coverage and made a great play. 6'3". The former Miami Dolphin uses his wingspan. That's one thing General Manager John Dorsey loves. Long, tall corners.
Starting corners are 6'3" on that side. Marcus Cooper, 6'2" on the other side. 3rd and 6. Brady gets away. Lost the football. 3 Chiefs there. They've got to have it. No, they don't. The Patriots somehow end up with it squirting to them. 3 Chiefs surrounding the ball. It was the pressure by Justin Houston that forced it out. But somehow New England's lucky to kick the ball away.
You got a rookie right guard. You might as well run a stunt. Here's Allen Bailey, 97. There's Houston, number 50. That ball is out. Patriots dodged a bullet. These pass rushers in this noise with a big lead are going to make it almost impossible on New England's offense.
Ryan Allen going to punt it again for the Pats. 55-yard kick. Frankie Hammond Jr. return of 2. Matthew Slater with his 2nd punt return tackle. Face says it all. Tom Brady, he is bumming. He is frustrated. Not protected there and allowed Justin Houston to bust in and nearly cause a turnover. ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by Autotrader.com. Land a great deal on your perfect car at Autotrader.com. Puma, forever faster. Best Western, stay with people who care. And Verizon, more live games than ever before with NFL Mobile. One of the greats, Hall of Famer Len Dawson. You saw the bridge at the beginning when we came out there. Is Lenny calling the radio action on the Chiefs radio network. They named the bridge just on East Stadium Drive over I-435, the Len Dawson Bridge on Friday. Carried by Jamal Charles, gain of 5 yards. Kind of like the Len Dawson offensive days. 300 yards of offense, not like the Belichick Patriots days. 303, most in the first half under Belichick, and this team shut out in the first half on the road for the first time since the Nick Saban coach Dolphins did it in 2006, shutting out the Patriots that day 21-0. After the 4-yard gain by Charles, Jamal back to it. And he gains about 5 with Gerard Mayo on the tackle.
I saw a lot of different runs in the first half. start one way. And watch Sherman as a lead blocker on a handback to Jamal Charles, who bounces it to the outside, 15-yard gain. Isolation play, Fisher, the left tackle, hooks Chandler Jones, another big hit. Then they fake a reverse. The Patriots don't handle the run fit. Niall Davis breaks a 48-yard run, an array of different runs with different backs. They hurt the Patriots.
This time Charles had Kelsey coming over the block for him. He gets to the 42-yard line. And a first down on that 3rd and short.
Doing some creative things with Anthony Sherman in motion. Watch number 42. How they handle the backside. Excellent job allowing Jamal Charles to cut it back for an easy first down.
Good numbers Charles so far. Now Niall Davis will get a turn. Point of attack blocking outstanding. To the 42-yard line. They are carving the Patriots up here tonight. Gain of 16.
This fullback number 42 is taking it to New England. Watch the isolation on the edge. Good blocking at the point of attack. The 227-pound Niall Davis coming in fresh, taking it to the New England Patriots.
Anthony Sherman out of the University of Connecticut did a good job for a couple of years blocking in Arizona. Second year here, and he's a big part of those rushing stats to this point. Got another block there, but they couldn't get to Collins, the linebacker, who was being blocked by the fullback, and just a gain of 2 yards for Niall Davis. John, as I look out there and check out the Patriots, I did not see Logan Ryan, who was the starting cornerback. He is on the bench with his helmet, was playing in the first half. Usually the helmet on indicates that there's not a medical issue, but a change over there. Saw Malcolm Butler, the rookie free agent out of West Alabama, out on the field for New England. Change there at the half. Davis inside to the 38.
Important in this 3rd down situation that the Patriots create some kind of turnover. They need a turnover from their defense. It's been the staple of the Bill Belichick defense over the years. Look for a blitz in this situation. They've got to get pressure on Alex Smith. He's been sacked 11 times, 5 last week against the Miami Dolphins. New England's got to cut it loose.
Third and 6. Smith now buying time as he is flush, chased by Nikovich and Hightower. Just gets to the sideline and throws it away, incomplete. And that time wasn't the numbers, but who came and the deception of the pressure.
Well, that's that label, game manager, but being totally honest, that's what you want a quarterback to do. The blitz is on, nobody's open, and you see the athleticism of Alex Smith. Sometimes he can create a completion or he can run for a first down, but sometimes he just throws it away to keep Colquitt, arguably the best punter in the AFC, in the game. And I'll bet my per diem he downs this inside the 10, Mike.
Will you really?
Yes.
I know you haven't because you never buy for anybody. Here's Colquitt, who's tops in the league since he came in at downing people inside the 20. And the fair catch to Edelman. Kept from breaking the plane. Thus it will be at the 2-yard line. That Australian-style punt that flips upside down will give John the chance to retain his per diem for the 138th straight game. Perfect job.
The area of hidden yardage, special teams.
Well, they set the record for crowd noise at an outdoor stadium here again earlier in the first half. This is where it gets loudest in Arrowhead, in these corners. Stadium's built so well, it's so close, great seats, but this is where the noise cascades down on a New England offense that has punted all 5 possessions.
Got to take a shot if you're New England. LaFell or Edelman work against Marcus Cooper, right side of the screen.
On a Monday night, the Patriots hit a 99-yarder. Brady to Welker in Miami. This is Brady to LaFell. He only gains 10 yards. And the first down as Tom was knocked down by Alan Bailey.
Marcus Cooper, left corner of the Chiefs, been targeted a lot the first month of the season. I expect Tom Brady to work the second-year man from Rutgers, an ex-wide receiver, doesn't have a lot of playing experience. I would work him if I was New England.
At the 11, Tim Wright, the tight end who came in the Mankins trade, is in there. He's blocking for Vereen, but Vereen never got to him. And only a gain out to the 14-yard line. We talked about the new faces and the new places for New England. 2 offensive linemen starting who are rookies up front, with Brian Stork starting at center and Cameron Fleming in at right guard tonight. And John, so far, it hasn't been a big difference in terms of protection or time for Brady.
No, it has not.
Brady pointing out Justin Houston. Look out, Holly from behind, knocked the ball away. It's free, it's loose, and one of the all-time sack masters has done it again. Tamba Hali with the sack, the forced fumble.
He got off early. He's off to the races. I thought he was offsides. But this noise works in the Chiefs' advantage, no question about it.
It is Kansas City ball.
Solder never touched him. I thought he was off early, but Tamba Hali has a beat on the Patriots snap count from the shotgun, and he strips it, and he sets up Alex Smith in the tight red zone.
Second time that Hali has forced a fumble this year. It's the game's first turnover, and the Chiefs, after 14 quarters without, finally get a takeaway. Demetrius Harris, the tight end, moved closer to the formation with the play clock down at 4. Jamal Charles looking right. And that play didn't look like it was organized from the beginning. Gain of only a yard. So Hali at home, John. You talked about Derek Thomas and how good he was in his years in the noise in Kansas City. 67% of Thomas's sacks came at home. Hali 64%. 1-2. Great players, great place to play your home games.
When you have one pass rusher, that's one thing. When you have 2, you can really be formidable. And I think Kansas City has a third one in first-round pick D Ford. Keep an eye on him as the game unfolds.
Bunch to the left. Smith looks right. Charles for the 3rd time. Touchdown, KC.
Lamar Charles just beat Gerard Mayo bad.
And grabbing at his leg as well after the play.
That's a halfback choice, the same route that Joe McKnight ran against Miami last week. Jamal Charles coming out of the backfield against Gerard Mayo. No chance. Junior Hemingway ran clearance. What play selection, great pass protection and pinpoint accuracy. Charles is ringing him up.
Disbelief on the New England side. Check Charles to see if it's a cramp. I heard somebody yell, get pickle juice to him. He has scored 3 here on the night. Second one is a receiver. High snap pulled down well by Colquitt. Santos adds the extra points. Pushing and shoving after the play is a lot of frustration on the Patriots side. Down 24-0. Here in Kansas City, coverage from Spider Cam tonight is brought to you by DirecTV. We said at the beginning, what a back-to-back 24 hours of sports right here just next door at Kauffman Stadium. The Royals will play their first playoff game in 29 years tomorrow. And the Chiefs with a Monday nighter, and they have not had a lot of Monday nighters over the last several years. And a lot of KC fans will be coming right back to this Truman Sports Complex to enjoy another night tomorrow night. 24-0 Kansas City. About halfway through the third, stunning the Patriots. 4 touchbacks from Santos. John, at the start of the game, we said, how will they protect Brady, the offensive line?
Well, watch Cameron Fleming, rookie right guard. Outside move by Allen Bailey, and Houston is there for an impact sack. Ball's on the ground, and then Tom Bahali's off to the races. He beats Nate Solder. I thought he was off early, but I think he timed it just right. Sack strip. Chiefs have their first turnover of the season. And I do not expect Kansas City to turn down the pass rush at all.
Those the first 2 drives of this third quarter. This the third. And Ridley begins with a run of 5 yards.
You know, defensive coordinator Bob Sutton came from the New York Jets. He and Rex Ryan saw Tom Brady in this Patriot offense twice a year. So there's some intelligence getting ready for this Patriot offense. What a job this defensive coaching staff has done with all the injuries.
2nd and 5 for Brady. This time he is protected, and it's intercepted. Complete miscommunication as Edelman stopped, and Sean Smith is setting up blocks. 25, 20, 15. Almost lost it. Down to the 13. A disaster for the Patriots here tonight. And Edelman shaken up on the play.
I think Edelman just stopped running. Brady obviously expected Edelman to stay on the move, and he stopped running. Brady's expecting Edelman to stay on the move, and he just stopped running. Hard to believe that Tom Brady and Julian Edelman are not on the same page. That's the easiest interception Sean Smith has ever had. This does not look like the New England Patriots, Mike.
Hey, John, even if he continues running, there's not a lot of space there for that ball.
That was a prayer.
They take over the 13 now. Niall Davis is the back, and Davis taking over for Jamal Charles, who after that last score went down toward the Kansas City locker room.
A lot of frustration, a lot of pride in this organization, especially in Tom Brady. But when you look in that Kansas City huddle on both sides, there are a lot of backup players out there. This right guard, Zach Fulton, the 6th-round rookie. Mike McGlynn just got here to play left guard. Ryan Harris is the 3rd right tackle we've seen in Kansas City this year. It's a credit to these Chiefs.
Edelman did walk off under his own power after making a tackle on the interception. Smith took a low snap. He steps up away from Wilfork and finally is tripped up. Joe Villano is going to get credit for the stop there. And a loss of 4 as the Patriots defense just tries to limit the Chiefs to a field goal in this avalanche of a game.
Going to use the clock. Andy Reid is going to spread the the Patriots out. He loves no back formations in these tight red zone situations. I'd be shocked if Niall Davis doesn't empty out.
Tight on the play clock, down at 2 and 1. With the pressure on the blitz, the screen is set up for Davis. Couldn't reel it in. Ninkovich was the only man between Niall Davis and 6.
Screen pass. And Eddie. It was a little scan screen. You see Niall Davis come across the formation. The only thing he didn't do was catch the football. It was there. It's going to be one-on-one. He and Ninkovich sets up Santos.
Made one from 22. It'll be 36 on this attempt. Or 31, I beg your pardon. 31. The man who played soccer in his days in Brazil, the central midfielder. In his soccer days, went to Tulane after he got over to the U.S. as an exchange student and became a terrific kicker. 27-0 Chiefs. There is Kauffman Stadium over there on the left of your picture. It will not be dark. It will not be quiet tomorrow night. They're going to be rocking. It's been a long time for success there. Talk about Kansas City sports history and the success the Chiefs winning Super Bowl IV, and then of course the Royals winning the '85 Super Bowl. Brett Saberhagen, George Brett pictured there, but it's been a lot of dry days. No playoff wins since January of '94 for the Chiefs. All the losing for the Royals next door over the many years, but the Chiefs get Andy Reid in here, make the playoffs last year. And the Royals, as mentioned earlier, first playoff appearance since 1985 when James Shields takes the mound tomorrow night. Saw a couple of the Royals here earlier, pre-game. They were up on the board getting cheers as their pictures went up. There's so much Royals blue in Kansas City, which we're so not used to seeing when we come here for a Chiefs game. It's good for these folks, and it's going to be a heck of a scene for the Oakland A's in town for the American League wild card playoff game tomorrow night. First kick return of the night for the Patriots, Patrick Chung. Won't get to the 20-yard line. That fullback who did all the blocking, Anthony Sherman, with the tackle. AL wild card game tomorrow night, and then Wednesday night on ESPN, the Giants and the Pirates. Remember that great scene in Pittsburgh last year for the playoffs? You're going to see that again, just like you'll see here in Kansas City. It'll be Bumgarner and Volquez on the mound. Dan Shulman and our Sunday Night Baseball crew will have it for you. The NL wild card game, Wednesday night, 8 Eastern on ESPN. First down toss, Shane Vereen. Cannon leading the way in a gain of nearly 10 for the fourth year back out of Cal, Vereen. Patriots drive chart is not pretty for Josh McDaniels' offense. All punts in the first half with little sustained drive. There's 3 and out to start the second half. Then the fumble on the Holly play, and then the interception by Smith on the last drive.
I haven't seen a completion over 10 yards down the field, and these corners are not backing off at all.
And you saw Solder on the bench. Marcus Cannon has bounced out to left tackle, and nowhere to go for Vereen. Alan Bailey, it's a player you like a lot, John, joined Houston on that tackle.
I like Alan Bailey a lot. He needed to step up. They lost Mike DeVito. Very good defensive tackle. You'll see number 97 right here make a lateral play. Get off a block, separate down the line, and hit the guy with the ball. That's what Alan Bailey's been doing this year. He's taking advantage of his playing time. I like him.
The left tackle, Cannon, almost never touched him there. Fake to Edelman. Vereen in space. Look out. Vereen midfield. Almost got the block downfield from Amendola, but he's pulled down at the 44. Best looking thing the Patriots have done on offense all night for 28 yards.
Little coverage. You're playing man-to-man coverage. They fake a jet sweep to Julian Edelman. They take their eyes off of Shane Vereen, who is very dangerous as a pass receiver. Vereen caught more passes than he carried it last year. You have to always keep your eyes on number 34 coming out of the backfield. He's a threat.
3.5 in the third. Pat's third snap in Chiefs territory here tonight. Slant LaFell. Good grab, and there goes LaFell. Brandon LaFell puts the Patriots on the board. Touchdown New England.
Simple slant route. Marcus Cooper. Young corner. We expected New England to go after.
First New England touchdown for LaFell.
It's an isolation slant. Ball thrown perfectly, and LaFell shows off his size. Nice run afterwards. Touchdown Patriots.
27-0 hole before that score was the largest deficit the Pats have had since that Sunday night game in December of 2012 when they fell down 28-0 to the 49ers. Remember, New England climbed back in that game in Foxborough, lost 41-34. The Gostowski extra point starts to narrow the gap here tonight. Accuracy, strong arm, Tom Brady developing the trust with Brandon LaFell in the small window and in the end zone. 27-7 KC. Clark Hunt is in charge of the Chiefs. He's the chairman and CEO. Of course, his dad, Lamar Hunt, so instrumental in the founding of the AFL. And as teams are being organized and they found the 8 teams, that foolish group often talked about, Billy Sullivan was the man in New England who wanted a franchise. This is the letter, $25,000. Look at that number there. Received and deposited. Lamar Hunt as the league rep signing it to represent the AFL. And of course, Robert Kraft was a season ticket holder when Sullivan owned the Patriots. Sullivan Stadium, Schaefer Stadium, Foxborough, and then bought the team. And Robert has had an incredible 21-year run. His son, Jonathan, who's so involved not just in the team, but also league issues as well, the team president. What success the Kraft era has been with Bill Belichick and Brady. And that great quarterback, head coach, ownership triumvirate. We have not seen many days with deficits like this on the board, but two of the AFL originals in season 55 of their existence going head-to-head here tonight. The Patriots' first signs of life, John, as the Chiefs and Andy Reid will take over at the 20 with 3.5 to go in the third.
And Niall Davis in at halfback. I see Jamal Charles on the sideline. Has his helmet on. We'll get an update to you quickly. But right now, Kansas City wants to run the football, possess it, and get out of here with their second straight victory.
And it's a throw to Travis Kelce. A slip by Tavon Wilson. And Kelce chews off an easy 16 yards. Here's Lisa.
Yeah, Mike, well, as John said, Jamal Charles back on the sidelines. He was back in the locker room being treated for cramps. We're told that he had IV fluids and should return to this game. Remember, Mike, he really missed the last 2 games, so with the game he's having tonight, no real surprise that he's cramping up a little bit.
Yeah, it's such a workhorse. Usually he's used to being so involved in the offense. 37% of the offense for Kansas City last year, most of any player in the league. Nice that they've developed Niall Davis. This time he's wrapped up. Wilson, who slipped and fell, couldn't make the last play, makes this one. How surprised are you, John, at this Patriots defense, which we touted coming in as really one of the key parts of their success this season?
I'm very surprised, Mike, and that's happened to me now. I've given people the kiss of death when I say nice things. It's 2 weeks in a row. New England gave up an opening drive touchdown to the Vikings and then went 7.5 quarters without allowing a touchdown. So what we're seeing tonight is impressive Kansas City offense and really disappointing overall by this Patriot defense. Expected a lot more.
Charles back in. It's 2nd and 10. Smith gets rid of it off the hands of Anthony Fasano, the former Dolphin. That's Tavon Wilson. Been around the ball the last 3 plays. And these are those important plays, John, where you can lay another brick of momentum in trying to make a comeback. 3rd and 10.
Absolutely. A lot of time left. New England, over the years, I said it earlier, has made a living on turnovers. So far tonight, they're behind in the turnover battle. They need to collect one or at least force a quick off the field by their defense.
No Dwayne Bowe on the field on 3rd and 10. Pats showing pressure, bringing pressure. It's picked up. And Niall Davis watches Ninkovich slip. And the first down as he gets out of bounds. That's a couple of times Patriots in the open field lost their footing on this grass.
Should be off the field. Just a delayed flat route to Niall Davis, and Ninkovich lost his footing. Tavon Wilson missed a tackle earlier to start this drive on Kelce. Missed tackles, and a lot of it has to do with Andy Reid mixing the spread offense with the multiple tight end package, and it's really been a factor tonight.
Charles running right. Jump cutting back inside. Tackle after gaining a few yards for Jamal.
Jamal Charles is back, Mike. 3 touchdowns tonight. Won an incredible run on the goal line. Great second effort. Not a lot of 199-pound backs can finish like that. Second one was a quick screen. He got a nice block from his right tackle, Ryan Harris. Then the third one, he beat Gerard Mayo easily on a choice route. Ball's thrown perfectly.
Second and 5. Charles, first down to the 39-yard line.
Same play they ran in the first half. Niall Davis hurt New England. They're going to fake an around. You're going to see an around that freezes the linebackers, and they hand the ball to Jamal Charles. Actually, they brought 2. receivers on the around, and I have not seen Andy Reid do that ever.
Andy Reid, 28 runs, 25 passes. Might not be allowed at the West Coast offense convention next time.
I think there's a lot of people in Philadelphia that can't believe what they're seeing either.
Right. After 3 here in Kansas City, it's the Chiefs by 20 on Monday Night Football.
ESPN, celebrating 45 years of Monday Night Football.
Over 200 yards of total offense from Jamal Charles and Niall Davis. Charles, 2 touchdown receptions, 1 run. The Chiefs running backs leading a nearly 400-yard performance through 3 quarters. Kansas City 27, New England 7 as we begin the 4th quarter here at Arrowhead. And it's Davis spinning out of the tackle by the rookie easily and gaining a couple of yards.
Oh, the way they use these 2 backs is exciting if you're a Chief fan. I mean, you got a world-class speed runner like Jamal Charles who loves contact. You chase him around, and then they bring in the 227-pound Davis. Array of formations, and you have Alex Smith who can handle everything.
They had Joe McKnight involved in the offense last week, but McKnight tore his Achilles at practice Thursday. The ex-Jet likely done for the year. 2-yard gain for Charles there to the left. It was a 2-win Kansas City team that Andy Reid inherited. Alex Smith acquired from San Francisco after they decided to stick with Colin Kaepernick as their quarterback. And the mix has been really good because Andy Reid loves the depth of football, the creativity of formations. And he said, I keep giving Alex Smith stuff. I keep testing that 40 score he got in the Wonderlic. I can't fool him. He has the capacity mentally to take everything I give him and make it work on the field. Here, 3rd and 7 on the edge of field goal range. Leading by 20. Smith throws complete. Another Patriot fell down. And Avery's inside the 10 for 1st and goal. I don't know why Malcolm Butler was on the ground, but he was.
I don't know why anybody isn't getting near Alex Smith. He is picking New England apart. Watch Avery break to the outside, throw on the brakes. Beats the rookie badly. You know, Andy Reid got here. They were 2-14, Mike, but they had 6 Pro Bowl players. They had 10 Pro Bowl players last year. Don't kid yourself. You put Andy Reid with 10 Pro Bowl players, he's going to do some damage.
1st and goal from the 9. It's Charles dancing to the right. Getting close to the 5-yard line. Avery shaken up as the receiver came down to be part of the blocking, Donnie Avery. Well, the game stopped for a look at this man. Looked like he got it in that very uncomfortable spot.
Look at these tight ends getting ready to check in. See what happened to Avery. Took a shot. Let's hope he's all right. I'll tell you, standing next to these tight ends, Mike, on the practice field, you got to ask yourself, who is number 84?
Demetrius Harris out of Wisconsin, Milwaukee.
He's a basketball player.
Yes.
6'7", average 9.5 points a game. I don't know where John Dorsey is finding these players. And it's a credit to John Dorsey. He has allowed Andy Reid to get back to what he does best, coaching, being with these players on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And John Dorsey's done a great job collecting players.
You say that because Andy had control of the roster there in Philadelphia.
He was doing everything.
Now he's back to really worrying about being the head coach, being the play caller. And Brad Childress, who you mentioned earlier, the former Viking coach now on this staff, impressed upon Andy. Don't let your personality leave the room. And he has, sticking with the offensive play caller. Charles gathers it in, stays on his feet. He came down, lost the football. It's fumbled into the end zone. And they'll unpile. There's a lot to look at there on that play. Was he down? It's ruled a fumble on the field. So if it's recovered by the Chiefs, it's a touchdown. The Patriots, it's a touchback. You hear Chiefs ball in the end zone, that means it's a touchdown because it was ruled a fumble on the field. Charles comes down, and the question will be, as he's going down there, does the ball come out as he's hit down? The Patriots come off the pile with it. The live look on the left.
The ruling on the field is a fumble. Recovered in the end zone by Kansas City. Touchdown.
So this is ruled on the field a touchdown, which means it automatically will get reviewed. You see Charles is down when his arm is contacted, the ball then comes loose. So my guess is on the review it'll end up being Chiefs ball at the 2. We're going to need to take a few looks at this to make sure that's the case. For the moment, ruled a touchdown on Mike McGlynn's recovery.
Just a speed screen with blockers out front. Charles' knee is down. Right
The touchdown will be reviewed.
And it was one of those close plays, John, because if you're going down on your own and then the ground causes the fumble, it's not a fumble, but he was contacted by a Patriot. So I think it's going to be a fumble and Chiefs ball at the 2. We'll see. I think it's going to be Chiefs ball. The touchdown will come off the board, and it'll be Kansas City ball at the 2 with 12:15 left in the 4th. Let's see what John Parry and New York saw as they consulted.
After reviewing the play, the runner was touched at the 8-yard line. The right knee was then down. The ball will be spotted short of the goal line at the 2-yard line. Left hash. The game clock will start on the ready for play.
And John saying he was touched at the 8, that the impetus from the touch at the 8 is the reason that he ended up going down at the 2-yard line. And that's where it is. Here's one more look at that. As you look at that, now Kansas City will look at how they're going to try to punch it in.
Yeah, well, look who's checked in at fullback. This might be the biggest fullback in the history of fullbacks. Dontari Poe.
346 pounds. I don't know what Fridge was on that Monday night when he scored the touchdown.
They're going to throw it.
3rd and goal with the big man Poe in the backfield. And blocking Wilfork as Smith throws for the touchdown to Kelsey.
Andy Reid brings in a 350-pound fullback. Why not throw a play-action pass? Unbelievable array of formations, personnel groupings, and execution. Reverse pivot. Kelsey.
How about Poe ended up blocking Wilfork? He stoned Wilfork as Kelsey got free for the touchdown. His 2nd TD reception in as many weeks. It's a 3-touchdown passing night for Alex Smith. And it is quite a night for Kansas City. The emerging star out of Cincinnati, Travis Kelce, the latest score. How about that score? Very surprising that the Patriots are getting blown out here in Kansas City, 34-7. It's a Chiefs team that was criticized for their success last year and this year for not beating teams with winning records. They had a bunch of their wins against teams with poor records, but here they are laying it on the Pats. Santos didn't hit that one as well as the others, but scoots out of bounds.
Watch this goal line touchdown pass. How about Dontari Poe blocking Vince Wilfork in pass protection? Now, I've seen a lot of things on the goal line, but I haven't seen a 350-pound fullback blocking Vince Wilfork. That's unbelievable. Poe is in tremendous shape. He lost 20 pounds last year, and look at these linemen.
Kelsey gives it to McGlynn. That fumble down there, McGlynn's the one who recovered it for the Chiefs in the end zone. So he had that rare offensive lineman touchdown taken away. A 27-point game. Green. So rare to see Tom Brady in a game where he is down by this many points. In a 27-point hole, New England has had so much success during this Brady era since 2000.
I'm just surprised they're not in a no-huddle offense. I'd want to run as many plays as I could get this offensive line comfortable with the up-tempo. I want to see Tom Brady move the ball and have some success. Build some things for coming weeks.
This is Green on the screen. He'll only gain a yard. Tracked down by Houston and Poe. Not much there. I mentioned Brady, rare to see him down 27. That 49er game I mentioned earlier in 2012, and I gave the wrong score. It was 31-3 when they were down by 28 points in that game. Then you remember the opener in 2003, that out of nowhere game, 31-0. They got cleaned out by Buffalo and then went on to win the Super Bowl that year. But this just the third game, in addition to those two, that Tom Brady has been down 27 points. Third and 4, intercepted, cutting underneath. Hussein Abdullah all the way home. Kansas City touchdown. Wow.
It's a bad decision. Danny Amendola, number 80, coming from left to right, is well covered. And you might want to arrest Tom Brady and get Jimmy Garoppolo in the game. No back set. Kansas City
is a touchdown. After the score, unsportsmanlike conduct, going to the ground on the knees, automatic 15 yards. That penalty will be enforced on the ensuing kickoff.
Kansas City playing zone coverage, and Hussein Abdullah collects the third turnover of the night.
There was a lot of conversation about the hit on Nick Foles in the Washington-Philadelphia game a week or so ago. And Tom Brady there had turned back towards the play, and Houston giving him that shoulder is a legitimate play as opposed to just kind of picking the guy out of nowhere, which should have been called in the Philadelphia game a penalty, but was not. That was probably within the rights of the player in Houston to give Brady that shove. Abdullah penalized for going to his knees for a celebration. That's an automatic penalty by the book. It's a 39-yard touchdown return, 34-point game. ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by IBM. Today, there's a new way to work, and it's made with IBM. 2 for $20 fan favorites only at Applebee's. All the Old Spice products which you should use all over your body. And NFLshop.com. Get free shipping today at the official store of the NFL. Downtown Kansas City, all in splendor. Nobody's leaving. 41-7. They're loving every second. You see the fans from Spider Camp tonight. Brought to you by DirecTV. Tom Brady's done for the night. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to come in. And these are rare moments. Usually the score is 41-7 the other way over the years when Brady takes the rest of the fourth quarter off. 159 yards. It continues a trend of below average yards for Brady compared to his fourth best in league history number. A very interesting time here for these Patriots. Santos, the kickoff because of the penalty, is fielded at the 10 and returned by Patrick Chung. Shy of the 30 with a flag coming in on the contact as well. We mentioned, John, in Monday Night Countdown as we sort out the flag on the field. We sit with the quarterbacks and the head coaches every week. And when we sat with Tom Brady, and we've done this for a lot of years, Tom was tight. He was aggravated. He was not happy with the way things are going offensively. And you see it today. This is as frustrated as I've ever seen Tom Brady in watching him since 2000.
High expectations, and that's an understatement. Nobody has the expectations and the standards that Tom Brady has. They're clearly struggling as a football team, and he's struggling himself. And they've got a long way to go to solve their problems on offense. They're not running the ball. They're not pass protecting. They can't stretch the field, and here's Jimmy Garoppolo.
National Football League debut for the second-round pick out of Eastern Illinois. And his first NFL pass is a completion to Edelman to the 24, a gain of 5 yards. Investing a second-round pick in a quarterback was the sign that maybe this is the guy of the future. They traded Ryan Mallett, who was the understudy for a few years. At Eastern Illinois, Garoppolo broke all the records of two guys who you know, Tony Romo and Sean Payton, who were integral in the Sunday night game last night. And won the Walter Payton Award, the best player in the FCS level. And he gets it to James White, the rookie out of Wisconsin. It's the first carry of his NFL career. And White gains a first down.
But, you know, you can talk about the woes of New England right now, or you can flip it and talk about how excited Kansas City must be. Andy Reid came in here tonight 0-4 against Bill Belichick. So this has to have a lot of meaning for him. And Alex Smith, 4 different head coaches, 6 different systems, has found a home and a head coach that believes in him. And you know he wanted to beat Bill Belichick and Tom Brady in his first opportunity against them.
7 yards in the carry for White. John had 1,000 yards as a freshman and 1,444 as a senior in Madison for the Badgers. But what did you think of Garoppolo when you had him at the Gruden quarterback camp?
Well, he's extremely productive. Over 5,000 yards, 53 touchdowns in a single season. He came out of an offense very similar to the one that Robert Griffin ran at Baylor. So going underneath the center, handling all these different formations will be a challenge, and they're already having a hard time lining up here.
Second and 3, it's a run with Ridley, I beg your pardon, for the first down. He's spilled right at midfield by Sean Smith, who has a pick here in this second half. When you ask about Garoppolo, Bill Belichick immediately, when he says the word smart about a player, he often says that. That's one of his buzzwords in identifying talent. You have to be a smart player to be a part of Belichick football, but his quick release, his accuracy. If you remember that first week, Brady showed up on the injury report for a couple of days. It allowed Garoppolo to get first-team work before the Miami game. And there was comfort with what he did there. And knowing that if needed, he'd be ready. I don't think this was the scenario they envisioned. That looks good over the middle. It is in and out of the hands of LaFell. Will be ruled incomplete, that he never had complete control. Hussein Abdullah, who had the interception for a touchdown a moment ago, broke it up.
I love what Abdullah's doing for Kansas City. It's a legal hit. He uses the right shoulder. He jars the ball out. Abdullah's been all over the field tonight as a linebacker in their dime package, as a deep safety. He won't come off the field. What a football player he's become in this Bob Sutton system.
Garoppolo to LaFell. Brandon's got 1 touchdown tonight. Almost had another one. Great acceleration by LaFell. They'll mark him out of bounds with a 13 and give him 37 on the catch and run.
That's just sloppy defense by Kansas City. New England jumps into a no-back set, and they didn't get lined up. Parker misses a tackle, and LaFell is off to the races. Good experience for young Jimmy Garoppolo. Success. Best motivator I know.
Slant, Gronk. 3-2-1, Gronk powers into the end zone. And Jimmy Garoppolo has his first National Football League touchdown pass. And Gronkowski, his 3rd TD reception of the year.
That's good to see. Gronkowski returning to form. Split out as a wide receiver. That's the 2011 model that made him the great tight end. Breaks Marcus Cooper's tackle. Abdullah Johnson can't bring him down. What a great effort. Says a lot about his football character.
Gronkowski for the extra point. 41-14. So for you fantasy folks who are hanging in there, you saw that. I bet you don't have Garoppolo, but you probably have Gronk. Hope it helped you win this week. This is what happens when you're Tom Brady's backup. You didn't even get a chair. You can sit on the Gatorade with a towel on top of it.
Yeah, that's part of being a rookie and being a backup to Tom Brady. But you have to be impressed with what Garoppolo did. I'm sure Patriot fans are happy to see Gronkowski make a play, but number 12's the man that they need to get going. They got to play a lot better as a football team.
A little pop-up kick as the Chiefs spread out 9 for a potential onside, and Niall Davis catches it comfortably. He's brought down by Nate Ebner at the 31-yard line. Pete Carroll and the Super Bowl champions will hit the nation's capital, and we'll see Russell Wilson And the Seahawks take on the Washington Redskins. Monday Night Countdown gets us going 6 Eastern time. And we'll kick it a little bit after 8:15. Great to catch up with the champs, the Seahawks. And we'll see your brother, Jay Gruden, in Washington.
Yes, we will.
41-14, halfway through the fourth here in Kansas City. Kyle Davis carried to the left and gained about 2 yards. John, you alluded to Alex Smith. This is his first time playing against the Patriots and Tom Brady. He'll walk away with a victory against one of the all-time greats. And boy, Alex, a #1 pick who people gave up on for multiple occasions in San Francisco, has really persevered and thrived.
Tell you, 6'5". He's got great mobility. He ran for 430 yards last year. His football aptitude is off the charts. Andy Reid loves him. I know I'd like to coach Alex Smith.
Davis the carry here. Shy of the 40. I remember with my old college partner, Kirk Herbstreit, we were there when he was at Utah with Urban Meyer, completed an undefeated season, and then to the NFL as a #1 pick. San Francisco, a lot of defensive minds, a lot of changes in offensive staffs, and then got the job with Harbaugh in 11, did well, got the injury. Kaepernick replaced him, never got the job back. Traded here to Kansas City, and in 2 years, he's done a nice job. 11-5, he'll add 2-2 to start 2014.
Done a great job. He had the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. If they can field a punt, they're in the Super Bowl, and I think they're undefeated, and he's 18 for 19 when he got hurt. Got quite a resume.
Davis will be stopped here on 3rd down, and the Patriots defense will come up with a rare 3-and-out here tonight.
Tell you what, if you want to talk football, you probably want to talk it with Alex Smith. He could tell you about Mike McCarthy's offense, Mike McCarthy, Norv Turner, Jim Harbaugh, now Andy Reid. He's got to be a smart guy to know all those systems.
He had Jimmy Ray in San Francisco for a couple of years. He had a whole mess of systems and different types of leaders. We talked about defensive-minded head coaches over the years. Not that you can't succeed as a quarterback, but the offensive system wasn't there to thrive, except for that 1 year with Norv Turner.
There's Thunder.
Colquitt turns it over, and from the 8-yard line, will give Edelman the right side. He's pushed out of bounds by Frank Zombo. Guy who started the Super Bowl for the Packers a few years back. Zombo with the tackle.
Tough night for Tom Brady. It was a tough night all night. Houston with a sack fumble. Right guard, rookie, got beat. Pass protection. Holly off to the races, beat Soler easily. And then 2 interceptions. They're not on the same page. Julian Edelman stopped running. Brady thought he was going to continue. And the last one, I think he just forced it down the middle. He was late. And Abdullah took it to the house. 159 yards passing and 2 interceptions. Uncommon for Tom Brady.
Garoppolo chased by Holly. Short completion to James White. You are famous for asking your players, asking us when you're schooling us, do you love football? And we do. And you asked Tom Brady that night, do you still love football after all these years and all the success? And he said very simply, big smile, more than ever. And that's why this is going to be killing him so much inside, because they're all competitors at this level. This guy is a unique and special competitor. And to get essentially pulled from a game because you're getting blown out is going to eat at him all week. White again. And the rookie's got a first down.
Hills made us sit. You know, when you think about Tom Brady, 3 words come to mind: effort, accountability, and competition. And if they kept a statistic on those 3 things, Brady would probably lead the league in that. More effort, more accountability, and he's one of the great competitors I've ever seen. This is killing him. If there's one guy that can turn this around, it's him now.
But let's be honest, he's not playing great.
No, he's not.
He's not. You know, he is Tom Brady's got a great resume, and he's struggling right now, whether it's the people in front of him as White takes this shovel pass from his fellow rookie Garoppolo.
It is. They've had 3 different centers in 3 games. Yep. They've had 3 different right guards. I've seen left guards. I don't know what's going on at the tackle position, but they have to pick it up. They haven't stretched the field. There hasn't been any explosive plays, no long runs, no big plays. Everything seems to be 80 yards, methodical, hard to do, and they're not converting on third down. They have a lot of things to solve offensively, and Tom, as you say, has to play better.
This is 2nd and 7. And White will take it to the 35-yard line. Oh, look at this behind the player, Danny Amendola, tied up with Chris Owens. One helmet, a few flags, and some separation. You know, I think people thought Amendola would be a very successful part of this. Go back to week 1 when he came to this team last year. He had 10 catches. People said, oh, here comes a guy who will be the Welker, the next Welker. And he had the groin injury, the questions of the health, but he only caught 54 balls last year. He had 3 in the first 3 games this year.
Personal foul. Offense number 80. The down will count. It'll be 3rd down. 15-yard penalty.
I think he's got nothing here tonight so far. So that's 3 catches in 4 games.
Take a look at it. Frustration kicks in. Christopher Owens and Amendola, after the whistle, go at it. Hands her to the face. I don't blame Owens for getting upset. But you're right. They traded for Timothy Wright, number 81. I haven't seen an impact from him yet. He was the man they acquired for Logan Mankins. Long season. They're 2-2 at the end of the first quarter. But they've got to get more from LaFell, Amendola, Wright. And Gronkowski, I am sure, will continue to emerge in this offense. But they're not on all cylinders, that's for sure.
This is 3rd and 19. Flushed by Houston. Garoppolo is sacked for the first time in his NFL career. And Justin Houston keeps his meter running.
Justin Houston came in here with 3 sacks. He's got 2 more tonight. Once again, he beats the rookie Fleming badly. I don't know if Fleming's ready for prime time either, but Justin Houston is. Great player. When you have D Ford, who runs 4.5, your first-round draft choice, Tom Bahali and Houston on the field together, good luck.
Other than a few games, Bill Belichick's always had a left-footed punter. Ryan Allen sent that one away. Hammond couldn't get it. It's down to the 35-yard line with 2:24 to go.
These offensive linemen for Kansas City,
yeah,
you got to tip your hat to them. That's center number 61, Rodney Hudson. Probably doesn't even know his teammates yet. I mean, Ryan Harris was with the Houston Texans last year. He was signed to become a backup. He's the starter at right tackle. Fulton's a rookie 6th-rounder at right guard. McGlynn just got here. And left tackle Eric Fisher is coming into his own after a lot of shoulder problems, but you got to tip your hat to them. They blocked well tonight.
Lyle Davis to the 41-yard line, and that should take us to the 2-minute warning.
Almost 2 100-yard backs, Mike. Niles Davis is over 100. Jamal Charles has 92 yards rushing. Haven't seen that against the Patriot defense, and a lot to clean up. Fortunately for New England, they have the head coach to do it.
They have the Bengals, the only undefeated team in the AFC, coming to Foxborough on Sunday night.
Back at Arrowhead, where it's all Chiefs tonight. Steve leaving in for Stuart Scott. Coming up on the GMC postgame report, Ray Trent and Steve will join me, help break it down. Can't wait to hear from Bill Belichick and Tom Brady on this bad boy. The guys will give me their first surprises of the quarter poll. Not all pleasant, and we'll have the top 10 plays from week 4 in the NFL. All on SportsCenter coming up immediately after the game. Back upstairs to Mike and John.
All right, Steve, good to see Steve Young begging for the extra camera time there in the background. Nice performance, Steve. First down run by Davis, and that should close the deal on this game. Bill Belichick is rarely walk off a field in a situation like this. 41-14. The margin is 27. Career losses by 27 points. That aforementioned season opener as coach of the Patriots against Buffalo, and then go back to the Browns days, a 27-point loss to the Houston Oilers in 1995. And a lot of guys over there who have not lost a game like this, John.
No doubt. Seen a lot of blowouts in the NFL this year, Mike. It's my favorite formation.
Victory formation. Have I convinced you yet that a safety should be the guy way back?
I thought about that, but you tried taking Bo out of the game. Tried taking a wide receiver out of the game. I tried to send Charles Woodson out there, and Jerry Rice almost punched me.
It's quite a night for Alex Smith. Quite a night for these Chiefs fans. Those who are left. The others had their screaming. They helped set that Guinness World Record for noise as measured by the compensated folks who calculate such stuff. And a lot of them back next door tomorrow night cheering for the Royals in the playoffs. The wild card game against the A's. Alex Smith going to make sure that ball doesn't go too far away. He'd like to hang on to that one. 41-14, the final tally. Kansas City will be 2-2. The division for the moment paced by 3-1 San Diego and 2-1 Denver, which was off. 0-4 Raiders amid some turmoil, returned back from London. The Bills made a quarterback change today, but they're tied for first with the Dolphins and the Patriots, and the Jets are a game back. So Steve Levy and company standing by on the field for the GMC postgame coming up next on SportsCenter. Recap of a dominant performance by KC tonight. From John Gruden, Lisa Salters, producer Jay Rothman, director Chip Dean, and the rest of our awesome Monday Night Football team. Mike Tirico, good night from Kansas City. The coverage continues next on SportsCenter.